Welcome to Deep Thought. Take actions to back up thoughts. Take action. You know what? Yeah, I'm be like philosophizing on this channel and everything and throwing out questions for y'all to think about. But here's the thing. Here's something that's very important. Whatever you think about, thought is one thing. Now, the Hermetics, they'll say, they'll talk about mentalism and all the universe is thought, and that's one of their principles and everything. And if you really look at society, everything that is in front of us is a matter of thought. Everything, even nature itself, even where the trees are growing and everything. Somebody laid out the pattern, how the streets are and everything, the buildings, your home, how's everything connected. Basically, humanity, it came from the thought of men. It came from the thought of men and women. Because if you look at culture and everything, they played their part. But here's the thing. Thought is one thing, but what good is it if you don't have actions to back it up? I wish I had a dime, that proverbial dime for every time someone has talked with me and they had a great idea. They had a great idea, great thought, great plans and everything. But they did not take time to make it happen. They didn't take the actions to back it up. Remember, see, you got to think of your thoughts as the driver, when your body as the vehicle. Our bodies are vehicles. But no one can drive. I don't care what kind of car they have. Let's use that analogy. I don't care what kind of car you have. You can have a Rolls Royce, a Bentley, and you can have all of that and still you ain't going anywhere if it's just sitting there. It still takes thought to drive that Bentley. What good is it in your parking lot? It still takes thought to do the things that actions after the thought to take what you're going to do. You can think about it all you want. You still got to take action. And that's the important thing. So whatever you think, whatever your plans are, you can have a plan to start a business. Hey, you've been watching Rom's business channel. You're like, oh, let me start this business. Oh yeah, I got this great idea and everything. It was like you taking action. Like I'll give you a great example, because I'm known, my most profitable, most watched channel is my regular channel where I'm talking about relationships, specifically man gets woman, right? Okay, but I've had some guys over the years, many fellas, they say, hey, what if I do this, this, and this, and this, this, and this? And I'm like, okay. Are you actually going out to meet some women? Are you actually taking action? In fact, I've said that several times. I said several times, you got to go out and actually do it. I've said that several times, and I'll probably say it several more. See, you can think about meeting, a man can think about meeting a woman, or you know what, a woman can think about meeting a man. They still got to take the action. A few weeks ago, I talked about that whole manifestation thing, especially a lot of women. They're going to manifest a good man. Well, they still got to take the action. Even for those who follow spiritual paths that involve rituals and doing all this stuff. You still got to take action. I don't care what you do, what you think about. You got to take action. Being in this position now, yeah, I was thinking about it. Shoot, I always wanted control over my life, but it didn't get to that point until I started taking some actions in that direction. I had to start taking action. I remember I was talking with this gentleman, and he was saying, he said 95% of getting a business started is just wanting to start a business. You still got to do the work, though. He said that was mostly. And I would say, I wouldn't put it at 95% personally. But you can think about the business, the action, or what you want to do. You can think about it, but it's not going to magically happen. It's not going to be like that. You still have to take action. You still have to get in that vehicle and drive it someplace. And that's very important. I'll be talking about different things on Deep Thought. But what good is it? What good is it? Like, what good is is someone thinking they gonna, like, they can think about like the perfect mate all they want. They can think about it. They can like have what that perfect mate has. But what actions are they taking to actually attract that person? You still have to go out. You still have to walk around and do something. You still got to take some action. See, that's how really it works. You think it, and then you follow it up with something, you know? Like the title of that infamous book, Think and Grow Rich. The main thing in it was think. Think first. But then you have to take actions to make it happen. You have to take action. But it's not, but at the same time, you don't want to just take actions and stuff and don't have it in some type of direction. See, what your thoughts do, you have the thoughts and then you think about, okay, I want to go over here. Boom. Then you take the action to do so. Walking is actually a fine principle of that. We don't think about walking. But with the walking, I'll use myself for an example. Because I've been very open about having a stroke last October. There was a while I couldn't walk. I had to think about it. I had to think about walking or even eating because I had something, I forgot what it's called officially, but I couldn't really eat anything. So when I started eating, I had to really think about it. I still do, actually. I still do. I'm not at 100%. I have to think. I had to think about it. I had to balance myself. So I really learned the lesson there. So even when you're doing it naturally, you eat naturally or walking naturally, it's still your thoughts first. It's just to the point where it becomes automatic and you're not thinking about it consciously. But you still have to. When I had to get better, when I had to start walking again, I had to consciously think about what I was doing. I had to be conscious of it. I had to consciously think about walking. I had to consciously think about eating. But I had to think first, and that's where I really got the lesson of it. Whatever you want to do, you might, okay, you want to make $1 million, okay. You have that thought, okay. What actions are you taking to actually make that money? I don't care what it is. Or you want to get that fine mate. What actions are you taking to actually get that mate? Won't you think? It's very important. Very, very important. All right? So I want y'all to think about that. Whatever you're thinking about, what actions are you taking to back up those thoughts? What are you doing? Where are you going to back up those thoughts? You have to think about that, all right? You have to think and then take the actions, okay? All right? So anyway, that's all I have for today on this channel anyway. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.